One thing I love to do is listen to music, so one thing I've always got to have on deck is a good speaker. One that's ready for pretty much any situation. And well, that's where the waterproof Buoy by Magtunes comes in. Because you know, sometimes things get a little wet. So the Buoy is a pretty unique speaker because A, it's waterproof, and B, because, well, it's not even out yet, and C, it's waterproof. In fact, the one I was able to get my hands on is a prototype. So sure, some aspects of the speaker weren't final, but let it be known that didn't hold it back. This thing is like a rubberized cube that is anxiously trekking out into the world with a lot of tricks to offer, and I made sure to test them all. Now the Buoy looks like what it is, like most Bluetooth speakers, although on this one, a solid center is wrapped around by a rubberized outer shell and buttons to manually control it are featured on the top. Peep the backside and you'll find a swinging door for mini USB charging, an aux cord, micro SD, and even a USB out for charging anything with the speaker's battery. A built-in mic joins the party for voice calls, but you know, I still just had one other calling burning inside. I gotta throw this thing in some water. And so that, my friends, that is what I did, and I did it quite well if I may say so myself. And if there's one thing this speaker truly is, let me tell you, it's waterproof. Basically, there's two ways that makes the waterproofing on the speaker so great. After you pass the initial fear of messing up the speaker, you'll find that water is not going to do that. In fact, if the Buoy could walk on water, it probably would, but floating and withstanding the elements while submerged underwater is just as good for me and the common user, I'm sure. So if you're around the pool and someone knocks it in, no worries, do a quick dab for the camera and carry on, because the Buoy will keep the party vibes going. Able to withstand various wet conditions? Check. 24-hour battery life in the final version? Check. But how does this thing truly sound? Is the waterproof thing just a gimmick? See, here's the lowdown. The Buoy is a hi-fi speaker that I found specializes in outdoor environments. While bass can seem present, treble and mids kind of fight to steal the show as volume increases. Now when indoors, this can mean the sound will carry, but also start to feel a little sharp. But when outdoors, there's a lot more room for the sound to move, so it works and consequentially sounds a lot better. With that in mind, this thing can crank pretty loud and will definitely be perfect for small get-togethers, but it's by no means ready for block parties or DJing for everyone at the local pool. Trust me, I tried it. So at that point, its practicality is excluded for more personal experiences, but at least it performs quite well in this field. The only hiccups I found were that as the battery decreased, the Bluetooth connection seemed to weaken and give out quite frequently when under the sun and water. And depending on how rugged you decide to get, the grill of the speaker was a little prone to light scratches. But this is a prototype, at just $99 on Indiegogo. So if this isn't even the real thing, even so, the Buoy shows a lot of promise.